What's up, guys? What you're looking at right now is an alternative fuel that I'm running. Don't mind that the cap is here. I actually loosened the straps so I can twist the tank. The reason why is the smaller tank had a in-tank heater. So it's ready to come out. You can see right here you got fuel. This is where it's the suction side. This is your coolant in and out. So this is going to be removed from the diesel tank, which I don't need. And here's the second tank. And this one's kind of I should say highly modified. So you're going to have the pickup tube that's going to be heated. It's going to heat up the vegetable oil. Okay. Right here, I had to cut to put my sending unit. Right here is another heat exchanger that goes into the tank. Okay, and right here, about where I draw this line, there's a separation so the fuel doesn't splash a lot back and forth. So to heat up the other side, I added another heat exchanger. This one's actually not mounted yet. Just push this. By the way, when you use bolts, they're all stainless steel. This is the smaller heat exchanger. Now, these are built by Arctic Fox. I did drill it out because these are limited to temperature. So I hollowed the inside. I'll show you how to do that. You can see this is the center right here. I did cut it. It's supposed to be the length of the inside. I cut it. I got it inside, which just has an aluminum shaft. I recut this and put it back on. But this is one of the heater. You can see I bent that pipe right there. That's where this is supposed to go through the rod. I still got to clean the inside of the tank, but you can see inside the tank still got a piece that I need to remove when I drilled. There's that plate that I was talking about. If I was to do this, you get to see the other heat exchanger. Let's do this. That's the other heat exchanger. Bolts, how I drill it. I'll show you from the other side. Let's just set this back in there so nothing falls in. Not that it matters, still got to clean. But I'll set this in here for now. The second one, well, harder to see, but it's right in there where my finger is, right there. That's the second one. It's the bigger heat exchanger. Okay, then you see right there, that's your sending unit for the fuel. And this is this one right here that I just put in. Then the other one, which is this one, is the pickup. I will not be using this anymore. As a matter of fact, I'm going to use this as a return as the fuel goes through the motor. The return side is always super hot, or 180 degrees. So I'm going to hook this here so it pushes the fuel at the bottom of the tank. And this is your pickup, so it'll be sucking right away warm alternative fuel. Okay, there's that. And of course I'll be running antifreeze lines. It will be going here. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to mount this, as obviously it needs to be removed. So I'll see how I'm going to mount this, but antifreeze will go through here from the motor. Will go through the heat exchanger, back out. Second heat exchanger will go down through the coil, back out. Antifreeze line will go through here. It will go to this one. I'm also going to show you how I gutted this, not to forget. This is out, so it'll go in through here. Where the hell is it? Right here. It's one of the antifreeze lines that goes through, out through here. I'm not sure if I'll make this go this way, but either or, this is going to continue. Right here is the plate that I built, where I'm going to have this box right here. Okay, this is the box. Let me show you inside the box. inside the box, you're going to have, pull this out. These are the connectors, 1/2 inch, that will go over here. This is not done right, so they'll go right here. Before it goes into this filter, it will run through this massive heat exchanger. Actually, I'm sorry, this would be the opposite. Right here, since we already have 3 heat exchangers in a tank, this would be the 4th one. Okay, this is a 50 plate, whatever it is, 50 plate heat exchanger. This will run, again, antifreeze through one side, out, and continue to the 5th heater core or heat exchanger. Anyways, antifreeze in, out, diesel through here, or alternative fuel through here, out through here. And this will be before this massive fuel filter right here. It's like a turbine in here. This will be, actually, this is the bottom side. This is where you drain if you got a little bit of water. And here I will add a sensor for if there's water in the fuel. It's very critical, very important to have. The filter will be very easy to change through the top. Before the filter and this heat exchanger, I will be running a gauge that will tell me when the fuel filter is getting clogged. Maybe, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. After the filter, you run your sensor, so you know the pressure inside the fuel filter. And this is the final. Just set this down. I don't want to do that. This is the final heat exchanger. This is 100% stainless steel. These are very expensive, like around close to $1,000. I actually picked this one up used. Had it shipped. You can see they dented this, and yeah, the postal service paid for it, so I got it pretty much for free. I'm gonna have to see if I can fix this, if there's a way. Anyways, this is a massive 22-inch by 8-inch, 100% stainless steel. There's no copper. You do not want copper when you run vegetable oil, otherwise it will contaminate the system. And this one you can see right here, made in Sweden, so you know this is a real good part. Although it's kind of old. What is it? I saw somewhere here 2000 when it was made. Yeah, right here, year of manufacture 2000. But it doesn't matter. The point is that you want the fuel to be at 180 or 190 when it goes to the motor, and this is what I'm going to use, the final. This box, like I said, going to be mounted right there. Before it shuts down, it will be on diesel, which it will run through here in that filter as well. By the way, it's a 2 micron, 2 or 3, I think it's a 2 micron. And once it's warm, the valves will actually be in here as well. I don't want nothing electronic or with buttons to push buttons. Everything's gonna be manual. You got valves right here. So after a half hour of driving when it's warm, you just flip the valves, and the whole day you're running on pretty much alternative fuel, whatever you have. I did run in this truck straight from the tank, vegetable oil mixed with diesel. My injectors did get damaged. As a matter of fact, I do have the injectors that I pulled out, so I can show you what vegetable oil will do to your injectors if you don't heat this up. So yeah, tank's gonna go there. Now we're sitting on the driver's side. Here are the fuel lines. You got the return and the main supply. That's gonna be connected in the box. These are actually real good. This is what I will use. This will last you 20 years. So yeah, let me show you that part that I drilled out. Okay, here's another heat exchanger made by Arctic Fox. See right there. This is one that I custom made. Let me show you the rod and the pipe that I cut. Okay. This pipe went right here. Okay, this is the length. Okay, you can see it's cut on only one side, and I cut the end because it's capped. This used to be inside of it. This is an aluminum rod. As this heats up, I believe it expands and opens up a valve. I'll show you where you gotta drill it out. Very simple. Oops, wrong one. Right here, you will have a cap with this spring in there. Now you have two springs. One I over drilled and bashed a little bit. Here's one that I took my time. Anyways, this goes in here. And right over here is a plate that goes up and down. I think how this works is it doesn't allow the diesel to get too hot. Well, I need it to get as hot as possible, or at least as hot as the temperature of the motor. So I had to drill this out. This will be like my sixth. Anyways, doesn't matter, but this will go in my hydraulic tank. When it gets cold outside, this will heat up the hydraulic fluid, and that would make it run more efficient in the winter when it's cold outside. Not really winter, just cold. It'll raise the box up and down real easy. So yeah, that's all you gotta do. Drill that out, pull your spring out, make sure you wash this, clean it real well, and put these back. It will take a couple hours to do this. These are a mother. They're tightened pretty damn good with anti-seize, or not anti-seize, Loctite. And yeah, these are just extra. This is for my other heat exchanger. That's the rod that I don't need, and this, well, you don't have to bend this. There's that. I'll show you the injector. What happens if you don't use warm alternative fuel like vegetable oil. By the way, the truck that I'll be modifying will be this is actually a 98 Kenworth T800, and I did put a face on it from a 2012 last model or something like that. How you know this is an older truck? Take a look on top. I still got it closed right here. I have to make a cover for it to close it. It's out of air ride, so it's not going to be adjusted properly because the cab is down. But anyways, you can see the double windshield. And by the mirrors, that's another thing I got to change, the mirrors to the 2013. But yeah, that's the 98 Kenworth. And it does have a 98 Kenworth, 98, or no, equipped, I'm sorry, with a Cummins N14 Select Plus. Okay, here are the injectors that I promised to show you guys what happens when you don't properly heat your vegetable oil. Again, this is off a Cummins N14 Select Plus. Here's an injector that looks pretty good, the tip. Let's try and zoom it in right here. Hard to do in one hand, but let me try and do this right. Okay. So this one looks decent, right? Here is the one that's what's called cooked injector. Let's put them side by side so you have an idea the massive or the damage we did to the injector tip. Here's the cooked one, and here's the one that seems to be okay, even though it wasn't properly running. The damage is probably inside, but this one's definitely in the outside. It's just totally cooked the whole tip. And not just that, I also I found one of these broken in it as well. It was not on this injector, it was actually on the fourth injector. So the cooked injector did not have a broken spring on just one of the other ones. I'm not sure which one, but this is how it was actually broken inside. Every time I started a truck, I heard like a pinning. I wasn't sure what that was. So I still drove it for a few thousand miles, and then I decided to tear it apart, and this is what I found broken. Not good. How did it happen? Don't know. My guess, best guess, I guess, just wear and tear, time. It's a 98. Also, here is the coupler. I'm not sure what the name of it. They call it a coupler. This goes inside the cylinder head, and inside there is where your injector rests. Just like this. Anyways, different video, show you how to change those. Yeah, that's about it. I'll make some more video how everything gets set up and how it runs. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe for the upcoming videos that I'll be posting.